Will Chelsea strengthen their grip on third place, or will Arsenal get the job done in West London? Watch until the end of this preview to hear all of my thoughts on tomorrow's match. Hello people, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. This is my preview for the match that will be taking place tomorrow evening at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League between Chelsea and Arsenal, with kickoff at 7:45 PM UK time. So what I'm going to do for you guys in terms of this preview is that firstly I'll run you guys through the Chelsea team news, and I will only be giving you guys the Chelsea team news. I will then be giving you guys my lineup based on the team news that I'll be giving you guys very shortly, and lastly I'll be giving you guys my score prediction. So without further ado, let's get straight into this preview. Let's do it. So we shall begin by taking a look at the Chelsea team news, and in the case of this preview I have two pieces of information for you guys in regards to the Chelsea first team, and the first one concerns Mateo Kovacic, and this story explains that Mateo Kovacic will be out for 2 weeks after suffering an ankle injury in the first half of Chelsea's FA Cup semi-final against Crystal Palace a couple of days ago. And for me, this is going to be a massive loss for us, because he has been our best midfielder this season and he has been really good recently. He has caused a lot of problems for some of the opposing midfielders he's gone up against, and his consistency will be missed, but hopefully whoever fills in for him will do a job. But yes, for me, I know I said earlier that this is a massive loss. What I was meant to say is that this could be a massive loss because of the qualities that Mateo Kovacic has shown throughout the course of the season, and the form he's been in recently. But yes, that's the first story concerning the Chelsea first team for you guys. We move into the second story, and it concerns Callum Hudson-Odoi and Ben Chilwell. And you guys can probably guess that Ben Chilwell will not be available for tomorrow's game because he will not be available for the rest of the season. He is closing in on training. He is closing in on training, but only with the academy. So he's slowly getting back, but he is nowhere near ready to take part or even be in the squad. And by take part, I mean take part in matches. But yes, that's the first part. The second part explains that Callum Hudson-Odoi will be ruled out for tomorrow's match, as he is still suffering from an Achilles issue, as well as the back problem that he suffered, or picked up rather, a little while ago now. But yes, that's the second story for you guys in regards to the Chelsea first team, and overall it's not great news at all. We really need to sort out our injury situation. Of course, Ben Chilwell, we all know, is out for the rest of the season, and there's not too much we can do about that just now, except hope that he continues to recover. But yes, we really need to start. Do you know what? Never mind. But yes, that's it for the Chelsea team news. We shall now move on to my lineup based on the team news that I've just given you. Now I am going to run you guys through my lineup based on the team news that I've just given you. And yes, as always, we're going to begin by talking about the formation that I've chosen. And in the case of this lineup, I've chosen to stick with the exact same formation that was used in the game against Crystal Palace and has been used in our recent games against Southampton, Real Madrid, and of course the Crystal Palace game. And that of course was a 3-4-1-2, which is of course a variation of the 3-5-2. But anyways, I've chosen to go with this formation because we have been playing really well while using this system, so it's only right that we continue to use it, and that's why I've chosen to go with this formation. In terms of the personnel I've chosen now, I've gone with Edouard Mendy in goal. Let's be honest, I'll be honest rather, I don't see Kepa starting this one unless something happens to Edouard Mendy. And of course, I'm not slating Kepa at all. He is a great goalkeeper. He's improved a lot this season, and um, I really do rate him as a goalkeeper. But I just see Edouard Mendy starting this one, so that's why I've gone with him in goal. In terms of my back three, I've gone with Andreas Christensen in the right centre back position. I thought he had um, he had a decent game against Crystal Palace in the FA Cup semi-final, where we obviously won by 2 goals to nil. And he has been pretty good recently, so he does deserve to play. Um, and that's why I've gone with him in this position. In the centre of my back three now, I've gone with Thiago Silva. He also has been extremely good recently. He, as I always say, has been absolutely immense defensively this season, and offensively he's been pretty good as well. He's chipped in with a number of goals, so for me he does deserve to play, and I think we'll need to see him play because Arsenal will be looking to get the win after their recent run of form. So that's why I've gone with him in the centre of my back three, and I've gone with Antonio Rudiger in the left centre back position, and that of course completes my back three. And the reasons for me going with Antonio Rudiger in this position are the exact same reasons for me going with Thiago Silva. So that's why I've chosen this back three, and we now move into the flat four just in front of the three, and then we move into the four just behind the one, and of course in front of the three. And yes, I'm including the wing backs in this, of course. And in the right wing back position, I've gone with Reece James. He had a really good game against Crystal Palace, in my opinion. He was very solid. He did not let a lot through him at all. Um, he also had a really good game against Real Madrid. So for me, considering the amount of time he's had out with considering the amount of time he's been out of the team for due to injuries, um, he has been playing as though he's not been injured this season at all. And hopefully, if he starts tomorrow, then he'll continue to build on his form. But yes, for me, he needs to play because Arsenal do have some pretty good wide players in their team, and they are very tricky. So I think Reece James will need to be down that side. And that's not me saying that any other player who can play in this position can't do a job. I'm just saying that Reece James, out of all our wide players who normally play down our right hand side, he is the most physical one. And by that, you get what I'm trying to say. He is the most physical one out of the lot. But yes, I've gone with Reece James for those reasons. And as well as that, he's very good in both boxes. He is defensively solid. He can whip in a majestic cross, and he can take a shot from distance. So I think we'll need that against Arsenal tomorrow. In terms of my central midfield pairing, I've actually gone with a surprise central midfield pairing of N'Golo Kante and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Yes, N'Golo Kante has not been at his best recently, and I'll be one of the first to admit that, but he is still a quality player, and I think against an Arsenal side that will be looking to get the job done, I think his services will be required, and that's why I've gone with him. And the reason why I've chosen to go with Ruben Loftus-Cheek is because for me he deserves to start. He did get the man of the match award against Crystal Palace. He scored a great goal. Yes, it took a deflection, but the hit was amazing. He had a really good game. He was driving with the ball really well. He was getting his passes off really well. And for me, against an Arsenal side that will probably come to Stamford Bridge and try to attack us from the get-go, I think that Ruben Loftus-Cheek is required because he is a similar player to Mateo Kovacic. They're both pretty press resistant. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is a really well-built player, if you like. He's very physical. He's got a lot of power, and I think that his services will be needed to stop Arsenal from getting too much joy in the middle of the park. He has been deployed as a defensive midfielder in parts of the season, which is not his best position, admittedly, but that has helped him in terms of getting back into or getting closer to getting back towards his element, because we all know where his qualities lie. We all know he's absolutely brilliant at driving with the ball and holding off players, But yes, I've gone with him in the central midfield along with N'Golo Kante because, like I said already, he does deserve to play. He has been brilliant recently. Yes, he's been playing in all sorts of positions, but for me, he needs to be in the engine room for tomorrow's game, and that's why I've gone with him alongside N'Golo Kante. But anyways, to complete the flat four just behind the one and of course in front of the three, I've gone with Marcos Alonso in the left wing back position. Um, and for me, he definitely deserves to play. He's been absolutely incredible recently against Real Madrid. He was brilliant. He did not let too much through him at all. Um, he had a goal disallowed, and for me that was very unlucky considering that the ball came off the Real Madrid player and he could not have done much to stop it from hitting his hand, given that he was very close to the Real Madrid player when the ball hit it, when the ball hit his hand. But yes, he has been brilliant recently, and I thought he was really good against Crystal Palace as well. So for me, it's only right that he gets given the opportunity to build on that, and um, I trust him to do a job tomorrow. So if he starts, hopefully he does exactly that. In terms of the number 10 position, I've gone with Mason Mount, and I've gone with him because he's been brilliant recently. He's been chipping in with goals, assists. He's been really good in terms of his energy. He's helps the team get up the pitch whenever they're under pressure, and I thought he did exactly that against Crystal Palace. Um, he is showing some leadership qualities, so that's really good to see. But yes, I've gone with him because he has been excellent recently, and it's again only right that he gets given the opportunity to build on that, and that's why I've gone with him in this position. Now, in terms of the front two, I've gone with Kai Havertz and Timo Werner, and I was contemplating going with Romelu Lukaku, but I just don't see Thomas Tuchel starting him. If he does start, then hopefully he does a job because his confidence does seem to be shot. I mean, against Crystal Palace, he missed a gilt edged chance. He somehow managed to hit the post from a couple of yards out, and I don't care if he was injured. He's paid to score goals, and to miss that, and I hope I'm not sounding too harsh, but to miss that chance, it just tells me that his confidence is shot. But yes, I've gone with Kai Havertz and Timo Werner because they've both also been brilliant recently. Yes, Timo Werner for me definitely deserves to play because he has been chipping in with goals. So has Kai Havertz. They've Timo Werner has been causing opposition defences a lot of problems, and I think against Arsenal we might just need that. Um, but yes, sorry, those are the reasons as to why I've gone with Kai Havertz and Timo Werner. Also, what I'll add in regards to Kai Havertz is that I think we'll need his services because of his ability to drift, and because of his ability in the air. Um, but yes, that's why I've gone with those two up front, and that of course completes my lineup. Please do feel free to drop your lineups down below, and I'll do my very best to respond as always. But here's a graphic showing you guys the formation that I've chosen and the players that I've chosen for my lineup. Let's move on. Now, in terms of my score prediction, I have chosen to go with a 3-1 Chelsea win because I do believe that we have what it takes to win. But let's be honest, this is not going to be an easy game because it's never easy to play against a team that are chasing a win, and Arsenal are a team that are chasing a win, especially when you consider the fact that they have lost their last three Premier League games and are looking to finish in the top four. And regardless of your opinions on their ability to do exactly that, they're still not going to be easy to play against. So we have to take this game very seriously. We have to be at it from the get go. And you guys will just have to get used to me saying that because I'll keep saying it until the cows turn blue. But, anyways, um, it will not be easy. I am looking forward to it. I really need to see us win because we do not have a great record at home against Arsenal. We have not beaten them at Stamford Bridge since August of 2018 under Maurizio Sarri, and that is almost 4 years to the day. But yes, hopefully the players get the job done, and um, yeah, that's why I've gone over a 3-1 Chelsea win. Do feel free to drop your score predictions down below, and I'll do my very best to respond. That is it for this preview, darlings. I'll see you all very soon. Come on, you Blues. Come on, Thomas Tuchel. Please go out there and beat Arsenal, and peace. Come on, Chelsea.